Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier, and today's guitar lesson is going to be on my arrangement of, I think it's called Nightfall in the Undercity. I think it's the main theme from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not really sure. It's a beautiful little song though. I've done an arrangement of it. I'm going to teach you how to play it. But just before I do, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press that notification so you see when my new videos come out. And I do love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section. I'd love to know what songs I should do next, or just say hi because it helps the video get some more views. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want the tabs for this, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. A link to that is in the description. Now, I've done a full playthrough, so if you want to hear what it sounds like all the way through, go and check that out. A separate video as a guitar cover of this song. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Okay, so the first line sounds like this. So to play that, my guitar is in standard tuning. We're going to play the open A with the D2 and G2 at the same time. You then play open B, then B2. So bar 1. Into bar 2, and I'm going to bar my first finger across all the strings on the 2nd fret, and then I use my little finger on E4. And I'm going to play the E2, the G2, the B2 and the E4. So top string and the bottom 3 strings. And then I take my little finger off and play E2. So it goes. So bars 1 and 2 together. Bar 3 starts with that same A chord, so open A with D2 and G2. You then play another G2, then B, and then B2. So you've got, so it's similar to bar 1. Then bar 4 we've got, which is E1 and B1. So E1 nearest to your face, B1, and the open E string. You play them all at the same time. You then play B3. So you've got, and then we're going to play E3 nearest to your face with the open D and G2 at the same time. And then an open B string. So bar 4. Okay, so first 4 bars. Bar number 5 is the same as bar 1. Bar 6 is the same as bar 2. Bar 7 is the same as bar 3. And then it changes. Bar 8 we've got, which is open D with G2, B3 and the open E string. You then play B3, then the G2. So you don't need to move your fingers for that, so you go, and then take your finger off and play the open B string. So bar 8. Into bar 9 we've got, which is 3rd finger on A4, little finger on G4, and 1st finger on B2. And I play those at the same time. Then open E, back to the B2, then you have to move and place your 1st finger on G1 and play that. So it's, okay, and then into bar 10 we've got, which is A2, B2 with the 1st and 2nd fingers, and then little finger on fret 4 on the G string, so G4. We then play the open E string nearest to the floor, and then B2 again. So bars 9 and 10 together go. And then bar 11 goes, which is E3 and the B string at the same time. Then B3, open E, B3, then G2. So it goes. Then into bar 12 we've got, which starts with your third finger, A7, little finger on D7, first finger on G4. You play them at the same time. It then goes to A7, D6, and G4. Okay, so it goes kind of from like a sus4 to a major chord. Okay, so let's try the whole line. Here we go. Okay, on to the next line, and it's almost the same. So the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars are exactly the same. So bars 13 through to 19 are the same as the previous line. So let's just play that. So that's up to and including bar 19. Then it changes. Bar 20 we've got. So for that we've got D string with G2, B3 and E. That lasts for 2 beats. You then play the B3 and then a D4. So it goes. Then in bar 21 we've got, which is I'm barring my first finger on the 2nd fret and playing A2 and B2. I then play D4, then G6, then G4. So it then carries on into bar 22 where you've got, which is E and G2 at the same time, then D2, then E and G1, and then the open D string. So bar 22. Then bar 23 we've got, that's 23 and 24. So open A with D2 and G2, then D2, G2 and B2, then open D with G2 and B3, then open D with G1 and open B. Then it resolves back to an A major chord, which is A with D2, G2 and B2 in bar 24. And then you play B2, B3, and then B2. Okay, so let's play the whole line. Here we go. Ready, and... On to the next line, and we've got this. So to play that bar number 25, we've got A2 with the open D string and B2. We then play 2 Bs, back to B2, then B3. So we've got into the next bar we play A2, then B2 and B, into bar 27, we've got A string with D2 and G2, and then B, and then B2, and then play A2, and then A4. So, best way to play that is to use your first and second fingers on that first chord, then take your fingers off, and then play the B2 with the first finger. Then you can use your second finger on A2, and then little finger on A4. So. And then into bar 28, we're going to play the open A string with D2 and G1, and then we'll play a D4. So the first 4 bars of that line. Bar 29, we've got, which is A2 with the E string, then B3, E, E2, and then B. So then we've got another A2 in bar 30, then G2, and then B. Into bar 31, we play an A chord, which is A with D2, G2, and B2. And then you're going to play G2 and then B2. Bar 32, we've got the A string with D2 and G1. And then you're going to play a G2 to finish. Okay, so let's play the whole line. Here we go. Ready, and... And on to the last line, we've got this. So to play that, the first bar is the same as the first bar on the previous line. So A2 with open D and B2, then 2 Bs, B2, then B3, then play another A2 in the next bar, then B2, B. Into the next bar, go, which is E2 nearest your face with a G2 at the same time, then B, then B2. Into the next bar, we play the E string, the G, the B, and the E nearest to the floor all at the same time on fret 2, so I just bar my first finger. We then play G2, B2, E2, and then an E4. So into bar 37 we've got, which is D with G2 and E5 nearest to the floor. Then 2 E4s, 2 E2s. Into the next bar you've got the D with G2, then E4, E2, and then D2 with the open E string, 2 Bs, B2, B3, then open E to finish that line. Okay, so the whole of that line goes. And then in my arrangement, if you've heard it, I then just jump back to the B section, which was the second line, and I play the whole line, and I just finish on the first chord of bar 24, which is like an A chord. And then that's the whole of my arrangement. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that guitar lesson and found it useful. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press that notification bell, and I love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section. I'd love to know where in the world you're watching this from, because I'm just making this video from my home in England and you guys are all around the world, so let me know what country you come from. Let me know what songs I can do next for you, and if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off for this and loads of other songs, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. A link to that is in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I do really appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.